Yes, now family ammo, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another video, Jazza TV. Today we're going to answer the question sent in by @Stephen7711. Now I don't believe that's your real name. I don't believe that you just signed that name at birth. I believe it's a name that you chose just for YouTube, because if that is your real name, you would have struggled in life, because I've never seen 4 numbers inside the name. Now, without going on and on and on about your name, it was a really nice message, to be honest. Jazza, you're a really good communicator, and I hope that at some point in the future you consider media work. It's really important to have people in the television, online, who are able to get their point across. Well done. I've got a couple of questions. I feel like Santa reading out the Christmas list here. Very, very nice message, Stevens. Thank you. I've got a couple of questions. What's the situation with tickets, for example? Would you ever get a flat fee and then told, right, you keep this car? I need one of them lucky cars that drive itself, so I don't have to focus on on reading this letter and driving at the same time. Right, you keep, right, I'm gonna say that the promoter from Belfast, right, you keep whatever you sell those 50, 100 tickets. Whatever you sell on these 50 to 100 tickets or whatever, or when boxers sell tickets, does all the money go to the promoter? That was the first question. The second one is sparring partners. This is a good question, this actually. How do you organise paying for sparring partners? Would your coach or manager do that, or is there a flat fee for sparring? Do you get paid to spar other fighters, or are you at the stage of your career where you wouldn't tout for business as a sparring partner? Again, great content. I'm really enjoying it. So thank you for your question, Stephen. Thank you for your nice comments. It means a lot, and it makes it easier to make some videos as well when the questions get sent in, because I don't have to do the thinking around what we're going to talk about, because sometimes you have to rack your brain to think about something new, that something hasn't been done before, and something that's going to be interesting to listen to, because I've got loads of interesting insights on boxing, but it might just go over a lot of people's heads because they're not too interested in the real depths of boxing. You know what I mean? I could go a lot deeper. Sometimes people think, no, people just think that you're talking a different language. So thanks for the question, Stephen. First one, Stevens. First one, the tickets. What's the situation with the tickets? For example, would you ever get a flat fee? So the Boxing Board of Control receive a percentage, I think a commission. Promoters, managers receive a commission, and all over the gaff there, aren't they? And coaches receive commission. So it's up to the fighter to be totally honest on what they earn. But I have heard in the past that fighters do get paid in other things, not always money. Sometimes, yeah, you can give them tickets, you can allocate them a certain amount of tickets. That is something that as a manager I've agreed for fighters. Get paid in tickets, get certain amounts of tickets. Yeah, and it's good really, because, well, it's a good and a bad thing really, because the ownership is on you to sell the tickets. Like if you don't sell the tickets and you end up giving them all away, where I've had tickets given to me and I've just gave them all away because you don't want to sell them, and you end up you're paying people to come and watch you rather than getting paid for people to come and watch you, and it can become a bit mad there, can't it? Because obviously you're a professional fighter, you're fighting for a living, but you end up paying people to come and watch you. Basically your wages are going to, to the crowd rather than the crowd paying your wages. Fucking odd, isn't it, really? Yeah, but that's the way most fighters are if you give them tickets. So yeah, good question. Yeah, you can get allocated a certain amount of tickets. You can get tickets to pump up your purse, and I don't know how much I can go into on this, but allegedly wow, allegedly that camera is all over the gaff. I need to sort my head out with this YouTube, don't I? I need to get a real camera, don't I? Instead of being on this Al Nokia. So I have heard allegedly that fighters have gone into fights and promoters don't want to pay the other fella, or what is it? They can, when you do a purse bid, so we'll put a side deal, alleged side deal, and a purse bid. So the purse bid is this way, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get this, and then allegedly you're gonna get this on top. You know what I mean? So you can lower wages allegedly, and then you can do side deals like that as well. Tickets being side deals allegedly, I don't know, but yeah, that was the answer to the first one. Second one about the sparring partners. How do you organise paying for sparring partners? So do the coaches or the managers organise that? Well, I wouldn't want my, well, yes and no, because coaches and managers, that's their job too. They are involved in that, but as a fighter, I know who I'm fighting, and I know I'm gonna fight him. Sometimes when you're getting a sparring partner, you don't always get a sparring partner that would seem obvious because he's a southpaw. So I'll talk for my situation. I get called up for sparring all the time. A little bit of nipple showing there, isn't he? A little bit of a nipple show, a little bit of a nipple on Jazz TV there. But sparring partners, southpaw being a southpaw, I always get asked to fight. When someone's fighting a world-class southpaw, I always get the call to spar. And it's a compliment in many ways. Just recently we have Gary Cully fighting Maxi Hughes. Gary's asked me to spar, and Dennis McCann's fighting Peter McGill. I won't be able to spar either of them, unfortunately, because I've got my own things going on at the minute, and I'm going to where am I going? I'm going to Marbella tomorrow, so I won't be sparring with them this week. But yeah, the likes of that, when Collar was fighting Lomachenko, he asked me and he asked Frankie Gavin, southpaw sparring. Who else can I go into here? John O'Callaghan once fought a fella called Tevin Farmer for the world title. John asked me to come over to Spain, to Marbella actually, to spar with him for Tevin Farmer. So yeah, in that situation, they would just get in touch with you and say, oh, and I also went over to spar with Huli Guinea, his name was. He was fighting for the European title, and he was fighting the southpaw. I'm not too sure who he was fighting, and he asked me to come over. When I got over, got off the plane, stayed off the plane in Barcelona, got a lift to the gym. When I got to the gym, everyone was waiting to watch the spar, and the news was there, the news team was there. They must have been their version of like ITV News or something like that, because it was big news to them in Spain. And Ed Gardon getting the ring, and do filming it for the news, you know what I mean? That's just the not fuck out of him. And in the end, I think they said, can you tone it down a little bit so you can get some good shots for the news? I thought, fuck off, you're messing, aren't you? And so yeah, they're like sparring tips. His manager reached out to me for that one. Would you get and I also got asked to go back to that same gym another time to spar with a fella called Moroccan fella. He's in my weight now. And when I got to the gym, he didn't turn up, and he asked me to wait for another 3 days. Can you extend the trip another 3 days? Okay, then yeah, I will. Can you extend the trip another day? I was there for about 5 days or something like that, and then he never ends up sparring. Spent a week in Barcelona. Fuming I was, and they asked me to go back after that, and I said no thank you. And so yeah, so sparring partners, they're not always as you would expect. You take a little bit from sparring. So sometimes you see fighters with 3 different sparring partners. You say, why'd you got 3 different sparring partners when especially when one of them alone would have been capable of going the distance and getting them amount of rounds that you needed. So you're taking little bits from sparring partners. And I had a fight with I boxed Ryan Walsh, and my fight with Ryan Walsh, I seen something in John O'Callaghan. John O'Callaghan's a southpaw, and he doesn't fight like Ryan Walsh, but I seen something that was similar. something that I watched in Walsh and something that I'd seen in sparring against John O'Carroll, and I just knew that was the and there was also Tom Farrell. So I sparred with John O'Carroll and Tom Farrell on the same day. I think it was 10 or 12 rounds twice that week, and them two, both Tom Farrell had something that I seen in he had similar movements, and Jono had this similar, what was it? It was something I seen in Jono. But anyway, yeah, you take little bits from different fighters, and that would be the sparring. Or are you at the stage of your career where you wouldn't tout for business as a sparring partner? Well, we don't tout for business as a sparring partner. Well, I wouldn't assume fighters tout for business as a sparring partner. It's not really business, really, because the wages for sparring, it's not great wages, you know. Like, so when I was talking about that one there, when I went to Barcelona and I got let down and didn't end up sparring, I also needed sparring as a fight, with a fight coming up. Musa Gollum, his name was. I had a fight coming up at the time, and it was the bank holiday, and my kids had 3 days off before they went back to school or something along them lines. So it was priceless. The time I was giving up was priceless at the time to go over there, but I went anyway. And the money, it was only like a few £100. It weren't worth me to go over there and to give that time with my family. Does that make sense? But when you say, what are you gonna do around that? Like, paying how much you're gonna get, you wouldn't expect someone to go to you, and you wouldn't expect someone to come over. The least you're gonna have to pay for is the accommodation, or unless he really needs the sparring too. Just this week, Paul Ryan from Ireland asked me could I arrange some sparring for him. He came over to Liverpool, he sparred, he travelled for the sparring. So in that situation, he wouldn't be paying for the sparring. That was one what Gary Cully said to me, we'll come over to you, are we alright to spar if we come over to you? Or Gary said to me, we'll put you up in accommodation if you come over here to Ireland. So it's, if you're going to accommodate someone, you have to put them up and maybe pay them. If you have the finances to pay them. If that weren't the case, you would say like, I haven't got the finances to pay you, but it'd be good rounds or whatever. Maybe you could help me out. A lot of fighters would ask other fighters to help each other out. If you've got good sparring in the gym, obviously you're not going to you're not going to be getting paid off your teammates, or you're not going to be paying your teammates, and that's the benefit of having good sparring in the gym. Yeah, are you at the stage of your career telling a sparring partner? No, so organising it, just simple messaging on social media. That would be it really. But yeah, thank you for the message, the kind message, Mr. R. Stevens 7711. Yeah, thank you. You have a nice day, Family Ammo. I hope this was informative. Please leave some more messages. It saves me doing the thinking. Doing the thinking for the next video. So yeah, thank you very much, Family Ammo. You have a lovely day.